Good morning. Good morning. Excuse me. Wow. Excuse me, everyone. Good morning. This is Financial Literacy 101, and today we'll be talking about ABB. Good morning, Miss Curly Girl, Nolan Baptiste, Wendell. I guess everybody's home for Thanksgiving. I mean, you guys ain't at work or doing nothing. Everybody's popping on like popcorn. Pop, 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 pop. But anyway, let me get right into this particular stock because I've been trying to break down some things as far as the electric vehicle company. But most important is the infrastructure of electrical vehicles, right? In order for the electric vehicle market to work, you need to have charging station. ChargePoint is one of the largest charging stations in the U.S. And quite frankly, they're making a lot of things internationally as well. So with that being said, we have to look at other ones because now they're backed by Switchback Energy, believe it or not. So ChargePoint is backed by Switchback Energy, which essentially is a blank check company. Now, I want you to look at this very quickly. Now, we're going to do it on ABB, but I'm giving you some context once again. That when it was released on September 16, 2019, they was roughly under $10 a share. And we're looking today, they're $40. They're up 306%, okay? 306%. So essentially, you made $30 off your $10 investment, okay? And again, we have to look at a company like ChargePoint, okay? ChargePoint is leading the way when it comes to electric vehicle charging stations. But I've been doing a lot of research. This company right here, ABB, is a robotics company that deals in electric vehicle automotive parts. And they're going to begin to start building electrical vehicle charging stations. They're in bed with Porsche as well. So we need to understand that as well. Excuse me. Give me 1 second, guys. All right. So now ABB Group on the past 5 years has been doing roughly 43%. The past year, they've been doing 22%, 3 months, 2%, last month, around 3%. The past week, they've been down. And then today, they're slightly down. So this is in my opinion, this is a good stock to actually buy right now because when I get into what they're all about, we're going to understand that this company right here, they're going to get in bed with a lot of other electric vehicle charging stations. So we want to buy this at a low price point right now before they start building this infrastructure, okay, across America, Europe, Zurich, all these other places. So it's quite a bit much right here. I'm not going to read this entire thing, but it says ABB Group is a holding company which engages in the development and provision of power and automation technologies. It operates through the following business segments: electrification, industrial automation, robotics, and discrete automation and corporate and other. So they're going to be in this space, quite frankly, okay? So let me give you some other pertinent information that I think that will help you to make a decision if this stock is a good one or not. Give me 1 second. I had it up here, guys. I don't know. What did I do? Okay. Yeah, I don't know what I did. I had some information. My apologies. But nonetheless, they're in bed with Porsche already to start making electric vehicle charging stations for Porsche. I don't know how soon that will come, but that's on the horizon. Okay. So their dividends, they have dividends, which is 2.5%. They have 144,000 employees, and their headquarters is in Zurich, and they're a pretty much old company, 1988. Okay. Their collections are industries and as well as Switzerland. It says right here with Market Watch, it says ABB may exit 3 divisions and portfolio review. Okay. Now, this is not quite near when I'm looking at analyst ratings of 25% or more. It's right below 25% off the sale. But when I'm looking at buy and I'm looking at hold, I want to say we have to think about the future when it comes to investing in this particular stock, because a lot of times we miss out on a lot of money. We miss out on a lot of earnings because we're looking at the stock in its current state. We're looking at the stock in its present day. What I like to do is to look at future profits and future revenue of where that company may go. So you're not always in your portfolio selling and buying stocks, Now, that can be very taxing, literally taxing, because when you are moving around stocks regularly in your portfolio, you're going to pay a lot of taxes. That's a lot of movement with your money, and you're going to get taxed with that. Okay, so you have to be very careful that you look at stocks and you look out and you like, I'm gonna hold this stock for 3, 4, 5 years. That way you're not getting taxed. If you're buying them like, oh, I'm gonna buy 100, and then 3 months later I'm gonna sell 100, I'm gonna buy this one. You're creating a lot of transactions that are taxed. So you have to be very, very careful with that. Okay, so I know that the analyst ratings on here have it at sell at 23%. But again, I'm looking at the future of this particular company, and I believe that you can actually do well with this company. Okay, that's just my opinion about it. So their earnings per quarter, if you notice, it's kind of been, when you talk about Q3 fiscal year 19, they did pretty well, and they look like they're coming back. But if you notice, it's Q3 fiscal year 20, they're slightly down, and that's when you really want to buy a stock, right? Because this stock is pretty old, 1988. Again, you're looking at futuristic earnings, okay? Now, people in this sector, not Intel, GE, Ford Motor, and not AT&T. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. Now, year to date, they have only been up 10%, okay? You see this right here, ladies and gentlemen? Year to date, they've been up only 10%. In the past year, they've been up roughly 21%. So that's not bad. Now, their EPS, they're a company that's operating out of profit, which is pretty good. And their dividends is almost $1. Now, that's a lot better at that price point, 26 and a half, and it's 83 cents. I got to write this down. Give me a second, guys. You know me. I wonder why their dividends are so high at the $26 price point. I know that they're giving 2.5 cent a year, but that's not nearly enough. I wonder how they paying that out. So that's interesting. That's very, very interesting. But I noticed that a lot of European stocks, when they're going to give you dividends, they actually do a lot better giving you dividends versus American stocks. So that's something to look at as well. All right, let's look at this right here. We're at Yahoo Finance. So we're going to look at their earnings. So again, back in 2008, they were up to $32.48. I think they have a lot of room to grow and hit that price point once again. So that's imperative to note that when you guys are thinking about investing, especially now, let me tell you this. You guys should definitely be investing in some form, in some way of two markets. Two markets. Okay, those two markets are the electric vehicle market and the cannabis market. And when I mean invest in, I know a lot of times I give you guys stock reviews about companies who are producing, who are manufacturing, but look for companies also that are building parts, that is building equipment to run these infrastructures, like who are making the charging station equipment. See if they have a stock. Like Growth Generation, I told you guys, they're doing absolutely well. Let me go back. Let me show you my portfolio. I think I'm down today. I was doing really, really well yesterday. Give me 1 second. So here I am right here. Okay, I believe that I'm down. I don't know what's going on with Robin. Let me refresh this. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I don't know. Here we go. So I'm down $500 right now. Now let me show you something though. When I go back to the week, look at this. So in this past week, prior to me going down $500, I was up $3,700 for the week. Okay. So you look right here, look how much I made in the past week, $4,000. In the past week, I made $4,000. But essentially, today is a market correction date. Today is a market pullback date, because I believe that NEO made it all the way up to, I want to say $57. And if you look over here in my portfolio, I swear yesterday I was mostly green, which I am today, but even XPEV was up pretty good. But NEO is a big chunk of my portfolio. Let's look into that. Okay. So with NEO, I'm up 146% roughly. But NEO yesterday did very, very well. Okay. Let me see here. Yeah, they went up to $55. Now they're at $53. Okay. So I just want to give you guys that information. And again, NIO is an electric vehicle company. So again, they believe that NIO is scheduled to hit $100. So if you haven't invested in NIO, you may want to look into that as well. Okay. Now, Zacks. What is Zacks saying about ABB? Okay, ABB. Zacks is saying it's a hold, and I agree with Zacks. I also agree that you should buy some. I'm trying to figure out if you're going to buy an option, you should buy a very, very long-term option. It's going to take time for this company to get off the ground when it comes to this new sector that they're getting to the electric vehicle market, okay, for Porsche. So if I do a quick Google search, which I did earlier, see ABB and Porsche, okay? Just want to show you what I'm getting into. So this is from the ABB website. ABB and Porsche team up to drive forward e-mobility. It says ABB, an industrial technology leader. Let me blow it up. Technology leader and the automotive manufacturer Porsche are proudly announcing a new and exclusive partnership to jointly promote e-mobility as part of a multi-level agreement. ABB is becoming an official partner of the Tag Heuer Porsche Formula E team with immediate effect. Porsche Motorsport is the inaugural year of racing in the ABB FIA Formula E Championship, while ABB is in its third year of its title. Yeah. So they're teaming up with Porsche. And here's the thing. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen here pretty soon. What's going to happen here pretty soon, ladies and gentlemen, is that you're going to start seeing electric vehicles race. That's why you should invest in this stock, in my opinion. I really think you should invest in this stock because eventually, as electric vehicles become more prominent, and here's the thing, as the market grows, you and I could get into a tier where we can actually purchase an electric vehicle. Maybe you want a Tesla, maybe you want a Chinese electric vehicle. I mean, all of these electric vehicles are they're really nice. I'm about to say damn nice because they are. They're really nice. I like the auto summon feature where you can hit it and it comes to you. You can park yourself. Pretty much, we're going to be some fat, lazy slobs. We're not going to even be turning the wheel anymore, right? We're not going to even be turning the wheel anymore. So it's going to be real some lazy stuff because I got a RoboVac. I just hit the RoboVac and it vacuums. I'm not even vacuuming. Every now and again, we have to sweep the floor, but for the most part, I can get up some dust and things of that nature. So it's getting really, really weird. All right, let's see here. I see my moderators are at it. Let's see here. Okay, thank you, Ms. Curly Girl, and Nolan Bautista. I appreciate that. So I didn't want to bore you guys. I know that Thanksgiving, is a couple of days away here. I want to wish everybody happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate that. I don't know if I'm pretty sure the stock market is going to be closed on Thursday, so I won't be doing a stock review. I should be doing one tomorrow, but I really want you guys to really be looking into the electric vehicle market. Okay, let me show you one more thing before I go here, because the electric vehicle market is booming. And I told people, again, not to beat a dead horse, but I'm going to beat it, is NIO at $3. NIO at $3.33. You should have bought NIO at $3.33. But here's another market I've been telling you guys about that I don't think anybody is really listening to me, and that's fine. You're going to miss out on a lot of money. That's fine. You're going to miss out on a lot of money. And I'm not going to miss out on this money, okay? But I'm going to show you something very quickly because I know I did this yesterday, okay? I did a review on this yesterday. Bitcoin. So Bitcoin was at 18,500 yesterday. It's almost up $1,000 in one day. And I'm not going to point out on September 5th of this year when Bitcoin was at $10,000, okay, $10,000, I told people to go ahead and invest in Bitcoin. And some of you believe that, you have to invest a lot of money in Bitcoin. No, especially on Robinhood. Robinhood is free. So if I was to invest in Bitcoin, right? So I would say, they always say amount in USD. It's not amount of shares. It's the amount of money you want to invest. So take, for instance, I want to put $100 in Bitcoin. They estimated the amount of Bitcoin I can actually buy. So, okay. Since I don't have no money, once again, I have to deposit with Robinhood. I'm just doing 100. Okay. All right. So with that being said, I'm waiting for the money to, here it is. It popped in, and now I'm just going to buy some, okay? Now, a lot of times because of limit order and the market's moving so fast, I might have to go $99, okay? It's weird like that when it comes to Robinhood. All right, boom. So I did $1 less than I was supposed to, and now I'm actually investing in $100 with Bitcoin. Now, my Bitcoin percentage, as you tell, is only $696, but I'm up 26, almost 27%, and for that particular thing. So my today's return is $43. My total return is $187 with Bitcoin. So if you guys are not investing in Bitcoin, once again, it doesn't matter the amount. And if it pops up on Robinhood to say, oh, limited buy, and it doesn't let you do the transaction, this minus $1. So if you're doing $50, put $49 in there. It will go through. Okay, just like you saw me just now, I put it $100 in there. It didn't go through. Up in 99, it went through. So again, you don't have to buy Bitcoin at $19,351. You don't have to do that. You can invest in Bitcoin in increments. And Bitcoin, what I'm reading all over the investors page, I'm calling a couple of buddies. They're talking about Bitcoin is going to reach $55,000 to $60,000 per coin. So you can get in, again, those fractional shares. Bitcoin is great for fractional shares. Just like you would do on any platform with Bitcoin, you should actually be investing. I'm going to show you the timeline, but I want to thank Miss Curly Girl. Thank you for that. I appreciate that donation. Happy belated birthday lunch on me today. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And so when we had this one particular year, let's look at this year of Bitcoin. I want to go back to September, because I want to show you something on this timeline. Give me 1 second. August, let's see. September, right here, September 5th. What I tell you? Look at my video on September 5th. I did it in my car. And Bitcoin was $10,000. Bitcoin today, 3 months later, $19,000. So I'm not going to ask anybody to raise their hand if you miss out on a lot of money. But again, a lot of you like, what's the dude's name? What's that guy's name? Robert Kiyosaki. He talks about this is, fake money, fake this, fake that. But I believe he is even investing in Bitcoin. See, here's the thing. I like the guy. He's very knowledgeable. But when he gets on here, he talks about this is fake, that is fake, this is fake. Well, I can tell you quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen, the money in my bank account is not fake. The money in his bank account is not fake. So regardless of your investments, you just have to be tuned in of what's going on in the market and looking at your portfolio futuristically. So you know that right now, like my portfolio today is down. My portfolio today is down. But when I look at the week, okay, and I look at yesterday was the 23rd, my portfolio was up $22,000. And for the week, I was up $3,500, okay? Look at this. Pre-market today, pre-market before the market did a correction, I was up $3,900. Okay, I was up $3,900. Now let me show you this, because I love showing you the percentages, okay? That's why I want you guys to get looking at portfolio. Remember last week? No, it was a week and a half ago. I showed you that my portfolio was up 102%. Look where it is now. I'm up 126%. I'm up 126%. So this is why I tell people, I'm trying to make you guys some money. You don't have to listen to me. I'm going to listen to myself because I do the research. And I'm going to show you what I did. I sold Amazon. Not because Amazon is not a good stock. I sold Amazon because Amazon, I'm waiting for Amazon to do a 3 to 4, maybe 5 to 1 split. So what I did, I went in and I invested my money into JD Power. Okay. I don't want to mess with Jack Ma. You guys know Jack Ma. He's the CEO of Alibaba. That's above my price point when it comes to e-commerce. JD.com has a lot of contracts with a lot of people. Okay. So let's look into JD.com. I know we did about ABB. So some of you guys who are just tuning in, you missed out a portion of it, but I'm giving you a little more context about investing, period. So right now, I'm not making that much money. Okay, I got $1.38%. But again, when it comes to JD.com, I am actually investing in the future. Let me show you this really quickly. JD.com contracts. Okay. Let's see here. Let me see contracts with. Let me see if I can get some with. I want to show you who they embed with. See, with American companies. Okay. I want to show you very quickly. All right. So here's one thing. They're in bed with Google. Okay. So you already know that is very, very huge. Okay. So JD.com is in bed with Google. Google invested $550 million. Okay. So that's one. That's a giant right there. And we understand that Google is a conglomerate. They go out and buy a lot of companies. And here's the thing. Now, who uses Waze? Remember you got the Google Maps, Apple Maps, whatever. You know, Google owns Waze. Okay, they love what Waze is doing. They gave them a couple of $1 billion, and they actually control Waze. So if you use Waze, then you're using Google again. Google is a conglomerate. They go in and buy people. So JD.com. Let me show you this one. Contract with the place that everybody loves, Wally World. Walmart brings its partnership with JD.com into the food. Okay, so they also have a contract with Walmart. So when you get all your cheap junk, your low expensive products. Did I say cheap junk on live on YouTube? Let me write that down. I have to do that again. Write that down. Don't say cheap junk. Your low expensive products from Walmart. Walmart is bringing this partnership with JD.com into its grocery business. Okay. So we have to understand, again, I look at the future, and this was back in 2018, I believe. Let me make sure I'm correct on this. 2018. Yeah, April 2nd, 2018. And it says here, 2016, it said Walmart's China made U.S. branded products to Chinese consumers through JD.com's online marketplace and by setting up electronic showrooms, hawking JD.com's tech wars and Walmart locations throughout China. So without boring you guys more than that, we have to understand that JD.com is in bed with a lot of American companies. These companies like Google and Walmart cannot let JD.com fail, because if they let JD.com fail, it's going to hurt their price point. It's going to hurt their revenue. So they're not going to get in bed with Alibaba, because a lot of times people think that Alibaba is very, very fraudulent. Now, Alibaba is kind of like, it's similar, very similar to Amazon. It has a lot of vendors on there. But the vendors on Alibaba is kind of hit or miss. That's why I always tell people, do your research about the company. Like, I bought a couple of things from Alibaba, and they all came through. My electric scooter is one of them. But what I did was, when I was looking at this particular company, I researched that company. I made sure that it was an actual company in China. I looked them up, searched for them, found them, and everything on Alibaba matched up with their particular website. So that's one thing that you guys can do if you want to buy things from Alibaba. Here's my thing. Amazon's expensive. Not on everything, okay? Not on everything, but if you go to Alibaba or AliExpress and you do a price point comparison or do a price comparison, you will see that you're going to pay anywhere from $5 to $10 more when it comes to Amazon. And sometimes I've seen things $50 more on Amazon. I'm not saying don't buy anything from Amazon, because I still buy things from Amazon. I'm just saying on big ticket items, I go to AliExpress or Alibaba. So that's something to look to as well. So you have to be cognizant of where you spend your money at. I know a lot of you are red-blooded Americans and you don't care about China. Listen, what do you think all the rich people do? They make a product. Take, for instance, this remote, okay? Remote for my TV. Where do you think this is made at? Where do you think this water bottle was made at? Let me make sure if I put my foot in my mouth. Give me a second. This thing that I drink out almost every day. Let's see here. Made in China. Made in China. I don't know if you guys can see that. And we all know, I don't need to bore you guys, that everything is pretty much made in China, okay? So look at this, my little calculator I love to use, right? I'm just giving you guys examples. It says Staples on it, right? It says Staples on it. What does that say on the back of it? Can y'all see that? I don't know if it's out of focus, but it says made in China. I can do this all day. I mean, I really can do this all day. This mouse, on the mouse, it says made in China. So it doesn't matter if you want to support China or not. All of your products are made in China. Over 90% of the stuff in your house is made in China. My desk was made in China. I mean, so when I go and buy my stuff, if I buy big ticket items other than electronics, I go to AliExpress or Alibaba. I do. Okay. So I just want to make you guys aware of that. And for Lurik Konchinikin, man, I be butchering this guy's name. I sent out your earphones yesterday. So you should receive those by the end of the week. Okay. By the end of the week. So if you guys don't know that everything comes from China, here, if you got a business, I'm going to leave you guys with this. If you guys have a business and you created something, right? And I tell people this all the time. I'm going to tell you what people are not doing. Let me show you how you guys can be really, really smart. This is what I do all the time. Stay with me, guys. Stay with me. I'm going to give you, if you guys are running a business or you're about to start a business and you're making some sort of product, okay? You're making some sort of product. The one place I go to is Kickstarter. Now I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you why I go to Kickstarter. So this is what I love. If you guys are making a product, right? If you don't have a 3D printer, if you guys don't have a 3D printer, you're crazy. So take, for instance, this. It says the plug and print 3D printer, right? They have all these sorts of 3D printers that you guys can get on Kickstarter, or you can just Google them. But a lot of times you can buy things cheaper on Kickstarter than other places, okay? So let's say, for instance, you want to, I buy stuff off of Kickstarter and Indiegogo all the time. And you always get it at a cheaper price point than you would if you would have bought it on the retail market, okay? So I'm just giving you an example, okay? That's not a good example. Let me go to Indiegogo. Indiegogo. I don't know how to spell that. Just give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Because a lot of you guys are making products. You're making some sort of device. You're making some sort of technology. And not only can you list your product on Indiegogo and Kickstarter so people to fund your project, okay? Take, for instance, right? You made a new, I don't know, an electric hot comb. I don't know, right? I don't have hair, but you get what I'm saying. You made an electric hot comb that uses solar technology, right? You lay it in the sun and whatever. You go on Kickstarter and Indiegogo and they'll fund your project. And here's another thing. I go on here all the time to get the latest. I'm a tech guy. I go on here to find out the latest technology. The latest technology, right? So I'm into electric vehicles, electric bikes. I have an electric scooter. I absolutely love it. But the one thing that you can do, if you're looking for a particular product to help your product out, like a 3D printer, a lot of times there's always these people out here that's building things that you can go in here and buy a 3D printer cheap. Like this thing right here, right? It says latest direct 3D printer. So let's look into this very quickly. They said that the project was already funded. And here again, you can always build a model of whatever you're trying to sell. I don't know what you guys are actually into, but these websites, you know, Indiegogo and Kickstarter is phenomenal. Now it says right here, $2,628, and that's Hong Kong. So this is out of China. But look at the American price, $339. That's not a lot of money for a 3D printer. That's not a lot of money for a 3D printer, because here's the thing. If you're making a product, you need prototypes, right? And the 3D printer is great for you until you perfect the prototype. And then you get with a manufacturer and say, hey, I want you to build me 1,000 of these. And the more that you get build, okay, the more that you get build, the less cheaper it is. So more product, less cheaper. That's why you always see people buy things in bulk. That's why Costco and Sam Club is a little bit cheaper on some items than your regular grocery stores, because you can buy it in bulk and it comes at a lower price point. So that's very important that you guys understand it. So, you know, me, I've been thinking about inventions, but I really haven't had anything that's, I would say profitable in my opinion, because quite frankly, if I did, I would buy me a 3D printer, right? And yeah, there's going to be a learning curve. You'll have to learn how to work the 3D printer, but hey, what else you going to do, right? You say you're innovative, you're an inventor, you're a creator, you're a business owner. Then if you're making a product, not a service, see what I do on rossworldfinancial.com, that is providing a service for people. If you are providing a product for people that's outside of like something that's perishable, like food or like shampoo, soap, stuff like that. But if you're building an actual product, like a water bottle, right? This water bottle screws at the bottom. Then you're going to need a machine like a 3D printer in order to create that. And the only reason why I'm telling you these things is because I want you guys to be very, very business savvy and know where to go for certain products. And quite frankly, get funded for your project. So if you have a prototype, if you have an infrastructure of things that you guys want to actually start up and start to sell, then you might want to get funded through Kickstarter or Indiegogo. Okay. All right. I'm gonna read your comments and I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Let's see here. Miss Curly Girl says, hold up, I just bought an Instapot from Wally World. We have an Instapot too. Instapots are pretty good. They're not bad. Every year, Amazon just makes tons of money on these damn Instapots. Yes, Amazon, you are paying for convenience, but some things I can wait. Like I was saying, those big ticket items. We got Ashley Hawkins in the room. Good morning, good morning. But that's it for me today, guys. I wish you guys well. I should be on here tomorrow. I won't say that I will. I got to look at the markets, but most likely I'll be on here. So you guys have a great and wonderful day, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one. You guys, peace.